And a very pleasant Sunday evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson here from the Weather Hub. Time for our weekly Sunday evening get together. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, kind of a weird weekend in terms of weather, as most of us stayed dry for most of the weekend. But when it did rain and where it did rain, it came down with a good amount of authority, to be absolutely sure. Let's take a look real quickly here at some of the precipitation that's come down just today alone. And this kind of underscores two things. First things first, where it rained very, very heavily, but it also underscores the notion that it didn't rain everywhere. Let's take a look at some of these rainfall amounts, and they are pretty impressive to say the very least. Just to the south of the Rockford Airport, so maybe over towards Davis Junction or maybe Monroe Center, we had upwards of 2 inches of rain estimated by Doppler radar. At the airport itself, a little bit closer to an inch. Then a little narrow corridor that stretched from the Stevenson and Winnebago County line up through Pecatonica, where there was a quick half to three-quarters of an inch. But then the remainder of the area, absolutely nothing. So just kind of goes to show just how selective these showers were across the region. So that was the picture from earlier on today. Let's show you the picture right now. And overall, it is a quiet picture as we take a look at our Doppler radar scans. Some heavier showers as we go off to the southeast and also south into south central portions of Illinois. We are watching some stronger thunderstorms off to the north and west. Those are presently working into southern portions of Minnesota, even some severe weather near the Twin Cities right now. This is with an area of upper level low pressure that's kind of spinning very, very slowly off to our north. And it's that very feature that could keep us a little bit on the unsettled side here for the next few days. But in the short term, no real reason for any sort of significant weather concern. So, why don't we take a look here at our hour by hour precision cast forecast? And we'll start this off here this evening. There again, we have those showers and thunderstorms off to our north and west. The big question is what will happen to these? By all accounts, it appears as though these will stay up to the north, although a few of those will try to dive far enough to the southeast that I'm not going to completely shut the door on a few of those sneaking into our neck of the woods, but overall, those chances appear to be quite low. As we continue on, this is the picture at 3 o'clock in the morning and now 4 o'clock a.m. Most of the activity, again, staying off to the north and northwest. I do think we'll undoubtedly get some blow off clouds from this activity, but overall, I expect that the chances for rain here are going to be relatively low. As we zoom things in just a little bit more to get kind of a more local perspective, here's where we are at 7 o'clock in the morning as we prepare to head out the door to either work or school. A lot of this activity will be dying out. It is possible that a few of these could sneak into far southern Wisconsin, maybe extreme northern Illinois, but I'm only going to put the chances of daytime showers and thunderstorms in the neighborhood of about 20% or thereabouts. Here's the picture then tomorrow afternoon. This is 2 o'clock. Notice the heavy rain, which is likely to continue across much of northern portions of Iowa, but unfortunately, it's all or nothing. And here in our neck of the woods, for the most part, looks to be more nothing than anything else. This is the picture at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Bigger complex of storms diving southward into Iowa, but no luck for us here. And of course, we could certainly use the rain. There's no denying that whatsoever. I just don't see any sort of organized precipitation coming our way here tomorrow. Here's the picture tomorrow evening. There could be some more thunderstorms that develop over south central Wisconsin. We could keep our fingers crossed that maybe, just maybe, a few of those may try to sneak into our neck of the woods. But overall, those are likely to be on a diminishing trend here tomorrow night. So while we can't rule out the possibility of a couple showers or storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, those chances do appear to be relatively low. Here's the picture then as we get ready to head out the door on Tuesday morning. That's when we could see a couple of showers and storms attempt to flirt with the region. And what may happen in the hours to come may be a little bit more intriguing. This is 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and you'll notice a little corridor of cluster of showers and thunderstorms beginning to develop in southern Wisconsin and then just kind of parking there. Here's the picture at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's where we start to see just a little bit more southward progress with regard to this activity. If these storms manage to break apart and become a little more cellular in nature, that's where we start to worry about the possibility that a few of these may develop some rotational characteristics. I am not concerned about an organized severe weather threat, but Tuesday may feature the better chances, especially as we go through the late morning to early afternoon hours, of seeing some perhaps some more prodigious thunderstorms and perhaps some of the heavier rainfall. Now, these storms, again, are going to be very selective in coverage. Some of us that do see these storms could very well be recipients of some rather heavy rainfall, but those of us who do not are going to be probably more numerous than those who do. So, kind of another all or nothing type of scenario. So, unfortunately, no organized rainfall that's going to put any meaningful dent in the drought situation, which is worsening. But wherever we get the rain, we will absolutely take it. This is the 5 day rainfall forecast here from our friends at the Weather Prediction Center. And it does highlight much of northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin for at least a half inch or so of rain. That's going to be the dark blue. The lighter blue colors are going to be the heavier rainfall amounts, where you're getting closer to 3/4 of an inch, maybe even up to an inch in a few spots. So that would certainly be welcome news. And it just kind of underscores the overall unsettled nature of the pattern as we move forward through the next 4 or so days. As far as the temperature outlook goes, the warmth that we've had here of late showing no signs of going anywhere anytime soon. This is the outlook which kicks in on Friday evening and takes us all the way through the 1st of October. And this 8 to 14 day temperature outlook will take us all the way through October the 5th. So if you're a fan of the warmer temperatures, they are they're no doubt going nowhere anytime soon. So expect things to stay on the warm side. Maybe not 80s warm like we've seen here these last several days, but I certainly think 70s are a good bet to occur here for the foreseeable future. So that is certainly something worth looking out for. How about we take a look at the 7 day forecast, shall we? We're at 81 degrees for a high temperature tomorrow, 80 degrees on Tuesday, 76 Wednesday, and 75 on Thursday. You'll notice we have rain chances in each day, but they're no better than 40% on any particular one day. And again, even if it does rain, it will be much like what we saw yesterday and again today, where it's an hour here or 2 hours here. We're not talking about any all day washouts. Eventually, temperatures cool down to 75 on Thursday, but then another warming trend gets underway here on Fridays. We're back up close to 80 degrees, and it could very well, we could very well feature back to back days in the 80s as we enter the final weekend in September. Final weekend in September. That is really hard to get a grasp on. So, overall, summer like warmth not going anywhere anytime soon. Hit or miss thunderstorms here the next 3 or 4 days. Otherwise, by most accounts, we are looking at a very decent week ahead. That'll do it for our Sunday evening get together. Appreciate you being with us here. Always a pleasure to be with you. And I wish you guys all a wonderful week to come. Take care, everyone.